searching for hope in the dead of night. No more hiding, no more.
Hey, we've had a small issue. I'm working on it right now. So give me a few minutes and I'll bring you in, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. Thank you.
No problem.
Voices echo, hearts laid bare, battle scars we all still wear. Through the storm, through the fight, searching for hope in the dead of night. No more hiding, no more shame. Face the fire, call the name. Lessons learned, stories told. Rise again from the ashes cold. Tuesday talk, light in the dark, where the broken find their spark. Tales of pain, but we still stand side by side, hand in hand. Tuesday talk, light in the dark, where the broken find their spark. Tales of pain, but we still stand side by side, hand in hand. Stand side by side, hand in hand. Shadows whisper, demons call, but we refuse to lose it all. Every fall, every tear, built the strength that brought us here. We are warriors, we are fire. Turn the hurt into desire. Not alone, never lost. One more chance, no matter the cost.
Boy, that was interesting. So we've already had some technical issues this morning. Thank you for those of you that jumped over from the other one. And I'm so glad I have that intro because it really does get me pumped up every time just to hear that music, see the race cars. So welcome everybody. This is Tuesday Talk presented by Save 22. I am Flyboy and I am pumped that you are here today. Tuesday Talk is about real conversations, real people, and real support. So jump in, hang on, and let's make our time count. Remember, you are not alone. You are part of this community, and we are glad you are here. So let's light them up. It's time for Tuesday Talk. Hold on one second. I got to get a shot of this Ground Force coffee real quick. Ground Force Coffee, in case you don't know, has become a phenomenal partner of Save 22 and especially of myself with Anthony Barney over there and all he's doing. He's a veteran. He's growing his brand and trying to start his own company with this. I'm trying to remember the word that he used. Single source coffee roasts. And really proud of him. Really excited to be partnered with him. If you use code SAVE22 at groundforce.coffee, you will get essentially 10% off. It makes your pound of coffee purchase $17.76 as opposed to $19.99. So $17.76, really kind of cool price that we have right there for you. So buy your groundforce.coffee on the web, use code SAVE22, and he'll donate a little bit back to us with every purchase. So really excited for Ground Force Coffee and all he's doing. I actually have a meeting with him later this week, and we're going to talk about a special release blend for the July 4th weekend, and a little kickback goes to SAVE22 on that one as well. So in our green room, we have a breaking announcement from one of our very good partners, Mr. Lex June at Lex June Nitro Racing. And we're going to bring him in right now. I don't know what this announcement is just yet. Oh, no, we lost him. Lex, we lost you. Wonderful. Let me give him a text. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll keep it going, guys. This is the joys of live, right? This is the joys of live with a single person trying to attempt podcasting and video broadcasting all alone without a team of producers and directors and things like that. So there's always some sort of issue. Lex is going to jump back in. We're going to go over some of these chats real quick with everybody. Undertaker, Katie, good morning. Apologies to everyone. Thanks for being here. I know there was a scheduling snafu on my side of the house there, something to do with my interactions there. Lex is coming back on, so we'll get him in just a second. Joanne's back. Thank you, Joanne. Who else? Samson, my boy Chops, says that pros and cons will reflect. Yeah, sure. Keep doing it. Rick Chavez, man, thank you, buddy. Look, I got your mug. I got your mug with my Ground Force coffee in there. Really love it. Samson says we love you either way. Boy, I'm glad somebody does. Thanks, buddy. So, hey, let's get to it. We got our buddy right here, Mr. Lex June, coming in with a breaking news announcement. Lex, good morning, my friend. It's been a crazy 24 hours, I think. You know, you and I spoke yesterday. The IHRA had to reschedule their event this weekend in the Maple Grove due to this insane forecast that's coming. So kudos to them for seeing the potential for a lot of delays and saving the racers and the teams a lot of money by not having to do this. So what's the last 24 hours been for you? Because you're going to have an announcement here in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me on here. It's always a pleasure. Uh, Thank you again to all the veterans, first responders. It's a joy to be part of this whole helping our veterans. Um, Whatever we can do. Well, yeah, as you just said, we were planning to go to the first Triple Crown IHRA race later this week, but it's cancelled because of weather, which I think is a pretty smart deal. So looking at the
I agree.
calendar, we wanted to go somewhere. We wanted to do something. We changed some things on the car, so we would really love to know what it's doing. So we are going May 29, 31. We are going to attend our first NHRA race in Maryland. It's the first race ever for the NHRA to be at that track. So I think that's really cool to be part of that. And
Boy,
yeah,
that's
we
awesome.
to go there.
There it is. We have the breaking news announcement. Lex June announcing his racing with the NHRA at the Potomac Nationals, May 29th through the 31st. This is Lex's first foray into the NHRA this year. Lex, I know from spending so much time with you that the NHRA has always been your dream. That is where you wanted to come and compete and win. I saw the entry list. You're going to be racing against some of your heroes, some incredible talent, some competition. What's this mean for you and the team to be able to go uh, live your dream at the NHRA?
Well, for me and for everybody else, I believe NHRA is the highest level of racing in drag racing. So that's the ultimate goal. So to be part of that, that's it. So
Right.
with the new car we purchased this year, I'm really interested to see if we can keep up with them. Again, it's still new for us. We only have 8 runs on the car, so that's not a lot. But we keep changing things and to make it better.
Yep.
So hopefully we will get it right the next race and we can compete with those guys because the end of the day it's like being in it to win it. That's what it is. It's not we are there just to be part of the field. We are there
Right.
to win rounds and win races. So yeah, that's a dream come true.
Awesome, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you and Gerda and the entire team. I know from spending the time with you that you are a competitor. You want everything out of that car, everything out of your team every time we do this. And I saw I think we ran a 3-4 in qualifying and we knocked it down to a 3-2 and then it was a 3-1-9, I think is where we ended up out at, where were we last time? Columbus National Trail, the reschedule from Mobile, Alabama, if I remember correctly. And oh, look, your G Spot is commenting on us. So she's watching. So always exciting to have Gerda listening to us. With this new car, you mentioned it. It's a couple 100 pounds lighter. The dynamics, the geometry of the car are a little bit different. You've made a couple of changes. What are your expectations for those changes? Are you looking to be at, because the NHRA runs 1,000 foot, not the eighth mile? Uh, is there a tuning difference? Is there a plan difference? Is it going to be a different kind of a run for you? What do you expect?
Well, of course, it's a longer track, so it's a longer distance. From a tuning point of view, it does not change a lot. It's only you need to be ready to run the full 1,000. We are really looking to run into the 3.7s, which we really never did before. We run 3.80s, never 3.70s, but I know this car can do it. The thing is, can we get it together? Gerda is on it, I'm on it, my team is on it, so I know it can be done. The only problem with nitro cars is you cannot force them. It needs to be all in sync, and then it will happen. So
Right.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we keep working hard at it 24/7, 365, as they say over here, and that's what we do, and we won't give up until it's done, and that's one of the reasons we partnered. We never quit, and that's what we do.
Never quit. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you might have seen that little video I put out yesterday. I was thinking about quitting and I didn't. I want to let everybody know that was not a um, decision to unalive myself. That was a decision to walk away from some things that I have been working very hard on, and the decision, it was weighing on me a little bit yesterday, and then I got that phone call, and it reminded me that we can't quit, and no matter what happens, no matter what's going on, you have to live that dream. If you want to be accountable to yourself, you need to be true and stick with it no matter what comes at you. So I really appreciate the partnership. We at Save 22 appreciate the partnership with Lex June. I'll get with you later this week, maybe next week, and see if we can't bring a couple veterans to experience that VIP experience that we had at Columbus. We did bring, I think it was 5 veterans to Columbus. Great time. You and Gerda are always so accommodating with us. The members that come in, the VIPs that we have, you take time, you share your stories, you share a meal with them. We're very appreciative of that, and we could never thank you enough for that. So very excited for you and the NHRA event next weekend. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk to you and see you out there.
Thank you, and yeah, looking forward to meet you guys again, and at least to carry the Safe 22 banner, and that's what we're going to do next race as well. And yeah, we keep going, and of course, we never quit.
They never quit. Lex, I'm going to let you get back to the car. I know you got some stuff to do. Thank you for taking the time this morning with us, and thank you for utilizing our Tuesday Talk platform to make this announcement. Thank you very much, Lex.
Thank you, and thank you for your service.
All right, buddy. We'll talk at you soon.
Thank you.
That was Lex June Nitro Racing, announcing that he will be at the NHRA inaugural event, the Potomac Nationals, May 29th, 30th, and 31st, Maryland International Raceway, with the NHRA, looking to run a 3.7 was his words. I'd like to see him in the 3.5s, but we'll see what happens. I am not the educated sort when it comes to that kind of thing, but these guys never quit. They built that car over the winter with his own 2 hands there in the garage with minimal help. A couple of the guys would swing by and help at the garage. Thank you to Doug Coletta for setting up that purchase. What a phenomenal experience for me and Save 22 and all the VIPs that we get to bring. We'll have to set that up and see what it brings. It was not on our schedule for the year. We don't do these things for cheap, right? For free, but we try to do them on the down low. So we'll look for some donors, some sponsors, and things like that, and see if we can't get some people over there. So be on the lookout for that. Tune into Lex's socials, Lex June Nitro Racing on Facebook. He is on YouTube at LJR4, I believe it is, and follow him along and cheer him on, send him some love, and yeah, we'll see what goes on. So thank you to Lex and the entire team. Really appreciate it. I'm going to move into some motorsports updates because, as we talked about just a minute with Lex, we have had a lot going on in the motorsports program with Safe 22. The IHRA, as we discussed, had rescheduled the event for this weekend that was going to be in Maple Grove. So that kind of throws a wrench into a couple things, but it actually frees up some time and monies for Safe 22 in our program. So there is that. Kudos to the IHRA. They're in an influx of leadership right now. So we'll see what happens with that. But Lex is never going to quit, and we will partner with him as long as he'll have us. So look for us in the IHRA the next time, June 18th through the 20th at Columbus. We will be having an event there. We will be taking VIP veterans and first responders there. If you're interested, please sign up at motorsports at safe22.vet. Send us an email, and I don't have it there. All right, so we'll just do this. Go to the website, safe22.vet, sign up under programs. If you cannot get through or get the confirmation that you sign up for the program, go ahead and send us an email, info at safe22.vet or motorsports at safe22.vet, and we'll see what we can do. Looking to take at least 5 to the track that weekend in June 18th through the 20th. IHRA Columbus National Trail Raceway, formerly known as National Trail, now known as Toronto Dragway. Yep, got that. Okay, so that's the drag racing side of the house. Lex, I see you still hanging out there in the green room. You're welcome to hang around and listen, or you're more than welcome to drop off. I got about 45 minutes worth of stuff to do here, but if you want to come back on, bro, I'll gladly have you. Shoot me a text. Carson Brown, this weekend with Carson Brown, we got to attend the ARCA race in Toledo. We got to take 4 or 5 vets. I got some pictures of that here for us. This is Jacob. Jacob is an attendee. You see the Goat Locker shirt there, hanging out with Carson in the garage, in the trailer. Jacob is an announcer for our partner Goat Locker. He does a couple of the announcing gigs with that series, and he was able to enjoy a VIP experience behind the scenes with ARCA and PRG, Pinnacle Racing Group, and Carson Brown Motorsports. We also got to take another one of our friends, Jason Graven and his family, from Task Force 20 in the Toledo area. They got to come down. We got to be on the starting grid during driver introductions. You see us there hanging out with Carson and Brad on the starting line, starting grid, front stretch at Toledo Motor Speedway. There's young JB with Carson. Carson always so generous with his time and the attention he pays to the veterans and first responders that we bring to the track. So really can't thank him enough. And then one of the greatest things that we see here, that would be the Safe 22 logo on the deck lid of the ARCA car. Thank you to PRG and Carson for making that happen. One of the sunset from that weekend, we didn't know if we were going to get this race in. It was rainy, it was cold, it was kind of weird. And then about 2 o'clock, it all cleared away. And this was right about 8:30 Saturday night there at Toledo. I thought that was a great picture with everything going on there, and just a beautiful scene at the track. Carson's going to be racing next weekend, actually Thursday night, in the ASA Stars Appalachian Sucker Punch Tour at Hickory Motor Speedway in North Carolina. And then Saturday at Tri-C, again with the ASA team. Anthony Campy Racing, thank you to them for allowing us to join and be part of that car on the paint scheme. Carson is the points leader for the ASA Sucker Punch Tour. Really excited with that. Anthony Campy Racing is the team owner, and they are in the owner points lead as well. So congratulations to those guys. Tough season. I think we're entering our 3rd race with that division, and it's a 12-race series, so a lot of work to do, but really excited for them and the opportunity. Tune in to Carson Brown Motorsports and Anthony Campy Racing for the car reveal. I think you'll be pretty excited. It's going to be pretty special. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I do happen to know. You have seen it before, but there's a new one joining them. So big announcement coming from them. Be on the lookout. Let's see what we got over here. All right. I want to talk about our partner, Magnolia Motorsports Park today. DJ Marlott and his team over there are working hard. I got a picture from them this morning. They're starting the paving process. They are getting that track revamped and ready for racing. They are planning on opening June 13th with their event, and they already have 2 No Prep Mania events scheduled for June and August of this year. So be on the lookout for that. Follow them at Magnolia Motorsports Park on all your socials. MagnoliaMotorsportsPark.com is the website. They're building that. It is a work in progress, so be patient, be gentle with your comments. They are looking at bringing what I feel is a historical track in the neighborhood in our local area for so many people. They're looking at bringing that grassroots feel to racing back, and really excited for them and all they're working towards. Working hard over there now. The weather hasn't been exactly conducive for paving in Ohio right now, so they're doing the best that they can. So be patient with that. I have a note here that we want to talk about Goat Locker. Our partner Goat Locker is going to be taking some veterans to the Charlotte Motor Speedway Coca-Cola 600 next weekend during Memorial Day. They'll be taking 8 veterans down there. So really excited for that, for Goat Locker to get out and be on the track with veterans and getting the motorsports diversion therapy that they so desire and need and utilize. So very excited for that. We're going to talk with Patrick and Andy from Goat Locker Racing next week to talk about their experiences at the Coke 600. Our very own Nick Trussell, who is our advocate inside of Goat Locker with the iRacing teams. Nick will be attending with Goat Locker on behalf of Goat Locker, and really excited to talk to everybody and see what their experiences hold for them next week. Albert is at a VA appointment this morning. He can't join us, but he sent me some notes about the things that have been going on down in the Carolina area. Last week, thanks to Little River Rotary and a grant from them, 14 total veterans and first responders were able to go fishing over 2 days and attend a dinner on their behalf on Saturday evening. So thank you to Little River Rotary. There were 14 total veterans, as I said, and a first for us was an all-female boat. That female team, if you will, of veterans and first responders actually caught the largest fish of the group, and it was a 44-inch bull red. So kudos to them. I have no idea what a 44-inch bull red is, but some people got some fishing therapy out on the water for a couple days. Really excited for that. Can't thank the Little River Rotary enough for their sponsorship and grant to allow that to happen. Kudos to the boat owners as well, the boat captains who donated their time and efforts to make that possible. So thank you to them. Also want to announce too that the Marine Corps League of Little River has decided to announce Safe 22 as an official partner. Thank you to Albert and all the work that they've done there. One of our, we'll call it a silent advocate, I guess you will, John Wagner, introduced us to them. So thanks to Wags. Wags, we love you. We're thinking about you, buddy, and hope to talk to you soon. So that's our Carolina fishing update. We've done our motorsports update, and I wanted to cover something real quick before we jump into our last and final segment of the day. Yesterday I posted a video, and it may have came off as if I was considering the unaliving option. I want to let everyone know that that was not the case, and I apologize if that's what came across. I was battling sticking with something that I have absolutely poured a lot into, and I was considering walking away. That's why I talk about the quitting. It was quitting a project, and while sitting on the back porch, it happened. I got a phone call that reminded me that I can't quit and why I do what I do. So I'm gonna. I wrote some things down. I made some notes, and I want to do this in a little segment called "Let's Talk." Right? Safe 22 is about having those hard conversations, facing the demons, right? Battling every day, and what do we do to get through it? So here's our Let's Talk segment, and I'm going to leave this up right here while I do this, and I'll open it up for questions and comments. I'll come back to the comments here in a minute, but I want to get this, what I'm going to call Let's Talk segment for Safe 22's Tuesday Talk today, and I'm going to call it Listen for the Whispers. You ever have one of those days where nothing is necessarily wrong, yet Everything feels extremely heavy. You're tired, not just physically tired, but deep down to your core tired. You're exhausted. You start questioning yourself. Am I right? Am I wrong? Why am I like this? Why can't I get through this? Other people have it worse. I'll be okay. What's happening to me, right? And you get in this roller coaster of emotions in your head, and you end up doing what a lot of us do. You beat yourself up. You give yourself zero grace. You use names like sissy, wimp, I'm an emotional wreck. You say things like, suck it up, Nancy, right? This isn't true, right? Whatever you have to tell, excuse me, whatever you tell yourself. The reality of the situation is this. You're a human being. So congratulations. You're experiencing life, and it's life on life's terms. Well, I had one of those moments recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact. I couldn't explain it. I just woke up with it. I'm sure some of you get that feeling. You just wake up and things feel off, and it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't seem to restart and get back into the rhythm. I couldn't clear it. All I wanted to do was crawl back in bed and enjoy the isolation and solitude that somehow I've come to know and love over the years. It was just weight. It was very heavy weight that I was feeling and carrying. And what made it harder was that just on Saturday, I was at the track with Safe 22 Motorsports, and Carson Brown, 4 veterans and family members were with us for the race. And I'm watching that all unfold, the smiles, the excitement, the experiences, the conversations. I was watching people who, even for a moment, weren't carrying the weight of their lives. They were just there. They were being present. They were being alive. They were smiling and laughing, engaging in life. And it was very powerful to witness, because in that moment it hits you. This is why we do what we do. This is what Save 22 is about. It's about creating a space for people who carry the hardest days to finally put some of that weight down, if even for a moment. Because let's be honest, life is hard, very hard. And for first responders, military, veterans, and anyone wired with the service before self gene, we feel that weight deeply. We carry things that most people will never see, don't want to see. We hold those stories that we don't always talk about. We carry them. We show up on people's worst days, and we're expected to be steady, to be stoic, to be calm, in control. No matter what's going on the inside or in our personal lives, we are the one that they look to. That's the job. We asked for it. We chose it. Here's the truth. That weight doesn't just disappear when the uniform comes off or your shift is over and you take a shower and grab a bite to eat. It doesn't just disappear. We carry those things with us whether we realize it or not. And when we don't release it in some way, it builds. It piles on, it fills us up, and eventually we're full. It spills out a little here, a little there, and then without warning, it overflows and spills into all aspects of our life. And when it does, we label it as weak. We think something's wrong. Why can't I control this? I'm better than this. Well, stop it. It's not a weakness. They're human emotions. And emotions are responses to life events that we never allowed ourselves to feel in that moment because we were the strong one. We were expected to be in control. Well, what do we do when those emotions come? Because they will come. What do we do with them? Well, for me, I had to accept them. So when we accept them, we give ourselves permission to feel those emotions, to give yourself the time to feel that emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, sadness, joy, whatever it is. Allow yourself to feel it. Release it. Because the reality is, in our line of work, in our lives, we trained ourselves to not feel in that moment. We push those emotions down so we can function when it matters most. But those emotions don't disappear. They wait. They hide, sometimes for years. And when they come back, when things finally get quiet and we're trying to relax, that's when they can hit us. And that's where I found myself. I was in a quiet moment on my deck, having coffee, Monday morning. I don't think it was even 9 o'clock yet. And the weight hit me all at once, wanting to just call it quits. Not quitting life, but quit what I was doing, to walk away, to quit caring, to quit giving my all to something. And then a text. A simple, do you have a minute to talk? Well, yes, I do. And my phone rang, and it was a friend of some 25 years. This isn't someone that I speak to regularly. It's a friend that I deployed with, shared the craziness of war with, shared those conversations about nothing in the middle of nowhere that would last forever. And she said to me, I need to talk. I knew you'd answer. And then she said something that stopped me cold. It absolutely floored me. She said, you're the strongest person I know. And at that moment, just like now, those emotions came through. I broke. The emotions flooded in and out. She had called me for a shoulder, and there I was crying with her, not to her, but with her. And in that moment, I realized that we never truly know the depths of someone unless we talk to them and they choose to share those emotions with us. And I had to ask myself, is this sadness? Is this weakness? And I was reminded that it's not. It was gratitude. Because in that moment that I was questioning myself, am I the one for this? Should I step away? Should I quit? My higher power used someone else to answer that question for me. We listen to those loud negative voices all the time. The doubt, the pressure, the voice in your own head telling you you're not enough, that you're weak, that you can't do something. Well, my higher power doesn't always shout. Sometimes he whispers. Through a moment, through a weekend, through an experience, through a smile at the racetrack, through a phone call you didn't expect. This weekend reminded me of why we do this. That phone call reminded me of who I am. Together, they reminded me of something bigger, that you don't have to carry it alone. So if you're in that place right now, you're tired, you're heavy, you're trying to figure out why, stop beating yourself up. You're not broken. You're carrying weight, a heavy weight, and it's okay. It's okay to put it down too. It's okay to release it. It's okay to feel it, to talk about it, to lean on someone. Strength isn't about holding everything in. Sometimes it's about letting it out. And don't quit. Not today. Don't quit today. So listen for those whispers. And if you're listening to this right now and something in this monologue hit you, then I'm asking you to do something with it. Because what we experienced this weekend, those smiles, those moments, those breakthroughs, they don't happen by accident. They happen because people chose to show up. At Save 22, that's what we do. We create spaces for veterans, first responders, and their families to put that weight down, even for a moment, to breathe again, to reconnect, to remember who they are outside of that uniform. We can't do it alone. So if you've ever thought, I want to make a difference, I want to help, I just don't know how, here's how. Support Save22.vet. Share the videos, the posts, the reels. Become a part of us. Volunteer by signing up at save22.vet, because someone out there right now is carrying more than you can see. And one moment, one experience, one weekend might be the thing that reminds them that they don't have to carry it alone. So don't just hear this message, be a part of it. We're not just raising awareness, we're creating moments that save lives. I thank you for listening. So that's the Let's Talk segment. I appreciate you listening and being here. There is about a 30-second delay. 30-second delay. So I'm going to let the chats catch up. And I'm going to look at some of those chats and see what we have. And I invite you to join in. So let's see what we got. Carrie Ann said girls rule. I assume that's from the fishing trip. Says it's oxygen. Those moments are your body reminding you the foundation needs attention. Boy, that's a good point. Maintenance, right? Doing the work. And it's pretty cool, right? It's hard. It's difficult. It's emotional. It's stressful. But you have to do that work, right? It's alignment. There's no such thing as coincidence. Yeah, yeah, right. I call them light switch moments, God moments. That's just me. She said, where does that weight come from? Where do those standards come from? Personal accountability, Carrie Ann, personal accountability. You know that. Hey, Rut. Hey, Jamie. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the love. I realized too that I am exactly who I chose to be. This is who I wanted to be when I was growing up, from that little 4'11", 98-pound kid in high school who just couldn't be seen, right? Felt he wasn't heard, was hiding every weekend, taking or every day through school, taking the back roads, taking the back alleys, the back stairwells, right? Avoiding people at all costs. And now here we are. Now here I am, and I'm out here for everyone to see. Right? I wear my emotions on my sleeve quite a bit, but it's as a reminder to keep going, to not quit. There is going to be hard days, and some of us have more harder days than others. Some of us have a personal accountability to strive for greatness in whatever we do. We don't like making mistakes, and unfortunately, mistakes are part of life. There's going to be hard days. There's going to be hard weeks. I think if you share a little bit of those stories with other people, with people that you trust, who support you and want to see you do good, I think you will find that you're truly not alone in those emotions and those thoughts, right? Because here's the thing about thoughts. They're just thoughts. They're not necessarily reality. They're just thoughts, right? And for me, 9 times out of 10, they're incorrect. They're not true. They are lies that I've created in my own head. So you have to reach out and you have to ask, is this really the truth? T-Bone. Hey man, T-Bone's back. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Carrie Ann said, you have to get it out too. Sitting in your head is too lonely. It's a chaotic, crazy place to be stuck in your head alone. Um, Here we go. Rutledge says sometimes it takes a strong dude with a strong presence to shed those tears, to show that to show those that are holding it in that it's okay to let that shit out. Um, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. How many times have you and I been at an event and just thrown a hug on a bro, right? And out it comes. You know, Jason loves. Oh, he just posted it up. Jason loves to say, "Your strength comes from your story. Tell your story, and you get stronger for it." I'm realizing that, Jay. I really am, and it's okay to share it right here, right? It's okay to share that right here for everyone to hear. That doesn't mean that all aspects of your story need to be told, right? You and I talk about that quite a bit. They served a purpose, those truths that one time. That doesn't mean those standards remain your whole life. That's an excellent point, Carrie Ann. You and I have talked a few times about changing in belief systems, realizing the battle going on in your head is probably because what you believe to be true for so many years, you're finding out is not, and you're battling releasing that old belief, right? Whether it's that you're not strong enough, whether it's that you know, we don't talk about religion or politics here on with Save 22, but I think it's a good example. If you grew up in a household that was a certain way and a certain belief was ingrained in you through those experiences of 18 years living at home or however long you left at home, and then you come out as an adult 30, 35, 40 years, 50 years old, and you're starting to find that structure, that belief system that you had growing up, it isn't really jiving with who you are right now, and you're resisting that change. Sometimes it can be difficult, right? That I don't really believe the way that they believe, and I want to have my own belief system, and it can be hard. It can tear you down. Um, you are who you are now, not who you were. Evolve, don't change. That's a great way to put it. So many people say that they don't want to change. Okay, well then let's evolve, right? Let's evolve. Let's keep who we are at our core, but let's evolve. Let's change the words that we're using. Let's change some of the thinking that we have. Let's change some habits, some patterns, things like that. Uh, Joanne says she won't let things go. Well, the more you talk about them, Joanne, the more they stick around, the more you give them power. So sometimes you just have to tell yourself to shut up. Tell yourself to be quiet, right? I do that quite a bit. Um, Many times throughout the day, I have to tell myself, nope, that's not right. Nope, that's not what you believe. Nope, we're not going there. We've already processed this. We've already been down this road. I don't have to revisit it, right? That was a big one for me. And Jason and Albert really helped me with that one. Um, the understanding that you've already processed that emotion once, twice, 3 times, years, whatever you've been doing, and eventually you got to stop talking about it, right? Change your perspective on the situation. We could talk about a death. We could talk about a car accident. We could talk about I don't know, a traumatic breakup, a divorce. a horrible conversation that you had that just, floored you. Well, how many times are you going to keep bringing that up if you've already processed it? Jason really helped me with this when I was going through the oh, what's it called? End of life care with my father when we had to put dad on hospice, and I'm the one that had to make that decision. I had to sign those papers, and it really weighed on me, right? Like, am I doing the right thing? And what would he want? And I feel like a lost 7-year-old boy trying to make his parents proud. And I had repeated these questions to Jason, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times. And he just said, bro, we've already dealt with that, right? We've already covered that. How many times are you going to keep bringing it up? And you know what? He was right, right? There wasn't anything I could do about that situation. I couldn't change it. So I had to accept it. And I think a lot of us struggle with that acceptance that we can't change a situation. That's suffering, right? That's internal suffering in our own head with our own thoughts, trying to or continuously rehashing a conversation and trying to make it better, or wanting to say something different and not being able to, or changing an outcome of a situation, or trying to do something different in our head. It's not going to work, because you can't go back. You can't change those things. So that's where your acceptance grows, and that's where the evolving comes. That's where growth comes from. That's where processing comes from. Carrie Ann says, and that's what I'm here for, to help bury those standards. We spend our entire adult life figuring out if everything we were conditioned to believe as kids is true, and that is destabilizing. That's a great point. That's a great point. Rutledge says that was a hard day on that back porch. That was a hard day because Jason had to say some things that were true and didn't know how I was going to take them, and I had to come to the realization of a couple things that were true that I wasn't ready to hear. But at that moment, I had to hear them. God grant me the serenity, right, to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Right? That's life. Right? That's life. It's a learning process. It's full of emotions. It's full of experiences. It's full of all kinds of things. Right? Us as veterans and first responders, we choose to go be at the front. We choose to go be that person because we're strong enough to handle it. And at some point, some of us question that, and it can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. So make sure you have somebody. Make sure that there's somebody there that you can talk to, reach out, and say, man, I need to get some off my chest. So would you please just listen? Let me vent. T-Bone says it is the feeding of those negative aspects that will create the fantasies in our heads, which map out our actions. Catch those and purposefully discard them. That's really good. That's good. Thanks, T-Bone. Thanks, T-Bone. Good to have a few good people in your corner to call you out on your BS. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. It's always wonderful to have that person call you and say, bro, I think you're messing this up. All right. Let's offer a different perspective. Let's talk about this real quick. Right. So how do those conversations go? So many people I've talked to are like, man, I want to talk about it, but I don't know how. You just did. Right? You just did. You just started talking to me about it. Whiskey Pete, my brother, tuning in from Austin town area, if I remember correct. Whiskey Pete, former Marine, right there. Can't say that. My apologies. United States Marine, Pete Doha, right there. Jason said that's what I do. Call BS when it's needed. Yep. Yep. And hey, sometimes the answer isn't more talking. Sometimes the answer is taking a turn, right? Going the other direction. moving away from that thing, right? Moving away from those people, moving away from the situation. Stop putting yourself in those situations, right? There he is. Look at all them hearts coming through. That's pretty cool. Rut says, Yut. Whiskey Pete and J Rut. Wooly Pulley. All right, guys. We've been on for just about an hour. I thank you for being here this morning. I also want to thank everyone who reached out, called, texted, or messaged yesterday after that video, and I apologize if I scared a few of you or put some thoughts out there that weren't exactly true. I'll do better. I'll do better. Right? Yeah, that's about all I got, guys. Tune in, safe22.vet. Make sure you go check us out. Be on the lookout for Carson Brown next week, Hickory, North Carolina. Special paint scheme. Hopefully it gets released here pretty soon and we'll be able to see it. Tune in to the ASA Sucker Punch ASA Stars Tour Thursday on Track TV. What else we got? I think that's all my notes, and I'm trying to stretch things out. So I'm not going to stretch things out anymore. I'm just going to end it. Thank you to everyone who commented, joined in, sent their love and questions and comments. T-Bone, Undertaker, Carrie Ann, Joanne, Whiskey Pete, Rut, Jamie. My wife was in there too. So thank you everyone to comment. Remember to visit Ground Force Coffee and get your coffee. Today's blend, I guess I should have talked about that real quick. Today's blend is the Sip of Sunshine blend. It's a lighter roast. I'm digging it. Most of you know my favorite is the Yippee Tall collection, the Yippee Tall blend. Anthony laughs about that because it's his favorite as well. So yeah, groundforce.coffee. Use code SAVE22 for 10% off your next purchase. A portion of those proceeds will come back to SAVE22. Thanks. Thank you to Rick for the coffee mug. As you can see, I'm still using it. Much love to all of you. And we are going to go out with the intro. So see you later.
Voices echo, hearts laid bare. Battle scars we all still wear. Through the storm, through the fight, searching for hope in the dead of night. No more hiding, no more shame. Face the fire, call